Howdy y'all, I am Ice Gold, and in today's video I will be showing y'all the top 3 locations to farm gold in this game. And like the couch potatoes, 2 of these instances are in Mirage, or in the third arc technically, technically speaking, and then the last one is in technically Grizzleheim. So we're going to go ahead and get started with what I think is the third best spot to farm gold. So while I make my way to our third place spot, what is gold important for? Now gold, you know, you can get a lot of it, and there's things that cost a lot of it, which, you know, pet making costs a lot of gold. If you're using the hatch making kiosk, you will need to pay like 75,000 gold to 100,000 if you're trying to hatch 2 mega pets or something like that, which is expensive. It is extremely expensive, and I've always hated that the cost is as high as it is, but it's what we've got to deal with. It's what we've got to deal with, and as a result, it pays to know where to farm gold, and I just messed up where I was going. So okay. The third place location, if y'all hadn't caught on already, is the Thieves' Den, located in Caterwall Canyon's Mirage. And basically, it's quicker to run from Caravan all the way here because the teleporter is way over here, and you have to run all the way up, and it's a whole thing. But my good buddy PK Hacker put a teleporter here on the social tab, so you can take this to go there. And after a good few seconds on a loading screen, here you are. And this, team, this is the third best spot to farm gold at, the 40 Thieves. Now, the 40 Thieves, they also drop a wide array of jewels and other stuff, but they also just drop a lot of gold, just period. Like, from this fight alone, I'll get probably a good bit, and another, like, a big part of gold farming in this game is, you know, you sell gear at the bazaar. That is a really good way to get quick gold, and these 40 Thieves and the second place finisher as well, and mainly the first one too, they all drop a lot of gear that sells for quite a bit at the bazaar. So you can see there 979 gold, and I didn't get any like Mirage throwaway gear, but given enough time, you'll get plenty of like the Istanbul sand spouts, robes, or whatever. And the most lucrative pieces are in my experience, the robes, the wands, and the decks. Those sell for the most. So if you get like one of those pip decks that like it gives a pip, and it's like a tier socket, that type of deal, that will sell in the bazaar for quite a bit. The ERM decks. Istanbul Signet of Enigmas. Yeah, this is one of the things that you can sell at the bazaar for quite a bit of gold. So this is a very good spot to farm at. There's also a bunch of reagents that spawn around. All in all, just a really, really good spot. And before I move on, just a quick honorable mention to gardening. Like, just gardening in general. I honestly think gardening is one of the best ways to farm gold. It's just that it takes a lot longer, and you know how that goes. It's like you gotta get an Elder Harvest before it really, really pops off and gives you a lot. But it's like if you have 2 full plots of couch potatoes like my ice has, then it's a lot of gold you can get from it, like 200, 300,000 when it's not double gardening. So just to keep that in mind. And I got the ERM head wrap of Hail. This will sell for quite a bit at the bazaar, so just a good few things to keep in mind. You also get some decent plants. I don't know if they drop couch potatoes, but this fish on a vine does also drop some mega snacks. It's not as recommended as couch potatoes, but I've got a video on those. But yeah, you can also sell these or feed them to your pet and get 150 gold apparently. I thought it would be more. There's also wooden chests all over here. So when I say this is a good spot to farm reagents, this is also a good spot to just pop over one of these and get, you know, close to 1,000 gold, maybe a reagent here and there, maybe a treasure card, and just being here. It's a good way to get gold and reagents quickly. Coming in second place, we have the Genie Guards at the ERM Palace. Now, you unlock this pretty late in the Mirage storyline, but once you get to ERM Palace, these Genie Guards, these are, in my opinion, the second best way of farming gold in this game. They, in my experience, have dropped more gold than the... Oh, that's interesting. That's a weird little visual effect on this spell there in here in the Aeon Palace, but from my experience, they drop more gold just like raw than the 40 Thieves do, and they also drop. They have the same drop pool in terms of like throwaway gear as the 40 Thieves, so you know, not a lot of health, and you know, you get a bunch of gold from it. I actually just got the badge. I probably farmed these before then. I got the Dunes Warrior badge, so yeah. Definitely would recommend, and just like the Thieves' Den, there are a ton of reagents laying around, so you can honestly realm hop. You can't realm hop from inside, interestingly, but if you go outside back to Caravan, you can just hop realms and come back, get a bunch of gold, and like just from wooden chests, as well as just farming the guards themselves. They'll drop you some good stuff. I actually came here for a while on my life while I was making my PvP pet, and these dropped a lot of gold for me, so that was really useful for me there. And yeah, I mean, it's like I'm kind of talking in a circle, but they drop a lot of gold. They can drop stuff like the Irem Signet of Eruption here that sells in the bazaar for a good bit of gold as well. They also drop jewels, which sell for quite a bit, and quick sell in square jewels and, you know, circle jewels as well, provided they're, you know, critical or critical block. Basically the only jewels you really want to keep are the pierce jewels that you get from the 40 Thieves, but you can go ahead and quick sell everything else, and you can get honestly quite a bit of gold. If you get the flat resist jewels dropped from these Genie Guards of 40 Thieves, then they can sell for a lot. So that is another source of gold. I'm already up like 10k from the start of the video, just off of like fighting a few times, and I haven't even sold anything, so there's that as well. So that is another really good way to farm gold in this game. Now, the best way to farm gold, in my honest opinion, in this game is to go to Vesterland in Grizzleheim and farm Hal Fang Bristlecrown. You've probably heard of this guy. My buddy PK has a teleporter set up there as well, so you can just head on over there with his teleporter, and you can go into Hal Fang's cave right here. And this guy, as well as the Azric Wide Belt down the way, they like both of them drop really lucrative items. Like they drop, as like Hal Fang will drop the Cow's Pearl Amulet, I think is the one that sells for the most. I think it gives a triage, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, you know, he's just a really good boss to farm for this. And if you're a Storm and you're not like maxed yet and you need gold, I don't know if I would recommend Hal Fang just because his resist is super high and your stats might not be up to par with him. But Azric down below, and I'll head to him after this real fast. Like yeah, the resist is pretty high. Like I'd say it's about 80%. So, but yeah, the Horns of Winter Dreams, that's another really good drop to get. So, Hal Fang, this is the best spot to farm in the entire game just because he drops a lot of good stuff. But if you go to Azric Wide Belt in a cave that's it's just down over here, he's a myth boss with a little bit more health. So if you are a Storm in particular, I would recommend farming him instead. So I think this is Azric's cave. It is Azric's cave. So we can go ahead on in here, and I will go ahead and beat him up. And the thing that sets Azric apart is he actually drops an amulet that I think it gives 2 Tri-Shield item cards, but it sells for 12,000 gold. So between the Cow's Pearl Amulet that drops from Hal Fang that sells for 8k, and the Dragon's Shield Amulet, I think is what it's called, that drops from here, that sells for 12. Grizzleheim and just Vesterland in general, it is a good spot to farm at. I would highly recommend coming here to farm gold. It's really fast to do so, and you know how it goes. And he's a myth boss, so 8,000 on turn 1 with my max damage Bunyip, of course. But yeah, you get a lot of really good stuff for selling. And I'm gonna go ahead and head over to the bazaar right now and show y'all what's up. now that we're here, we can go to sell. We can sell this Earem head wrap of hail, 3,300 off the rip from one drop. So that's neat. And then Barbarian's Fearless Boots that I got from Azure just now, 2.4. And then for the wand, I got the Horns of Winter Dreams from Hal Fang, another 4.1, pretty solid. And then for the rings, Earem Signet of Eruption. The rings don't really sell for that much. Just sort of luck of the draw that I got 2, but like I said before, if you're farming Mirage, the decks, wands, and robes sell for the most. If you're farming Grizzleheim or Winter Tusk, the amulets sell for the most, and so do the wands. So, off of this video alone, just me showing y'all where the spots are at, I'm up like 22,000 gold from the beginning of the video, which is pretty solid, I would say. So, gold, it can be a little bit tedious to farm it, but it is still very easy to do so, and that's just sort of where the video is gonna end. So those are my top 3 spots to figure out where to farm for gold in this game. And gold, I mean, like I said before, it's got a lot of uses, but the main #1 thing is pet making. And pet making, I've probably expressed a ton over the course of these last few months that I've been running this channel, but pet making is very, very important. It is the most important piece of gear that you can get. So having the gold and knowing where to farm the gold to make them efficiently is very important. So thank y'all for watching. I've been Ice Gold. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave like 50 comments for the algorithm. My Discord is down in the description if you want to chat with me some more, and I will see y'all later.